He's 33. He owns $500 million of Ethereum. He paid $4.6 million just to have lunch with Warren Buffett, and $6.2 million for a banana duct taped to a wall. This is Justin Sun, founder of TRON, Billionaire, NFT addict. And, according to Forbes, the man sitting on an $8.5 billion crypto fortune. But here's the kicker. In 2023, blockchain analysts discovered Justin Sun quietly became Ethereum's largest individual staker. $500 million in Ethereum, parked, earning passive yield, while running a rival blockchain. How does a kid from rural China go from playing Go in Wuhan to running TRON, buying Picassos, and dropping $28 million on a seat to space? And why does his name keep showing up in SEC lawsuits and political dinner guest lists? Stay to the end, because this story has everything. $500 million crypto wallets, Blue Origin space flights, Trump-backed tokens, and a banana that made him infamous, from small town to $70 million in 3 days. Justin Sun didn't start in Silicon Valley. He wasn't born into tech privilege. He grew up in a rural province of China, in a small town where the biggest dream most kids had was getting out. But Sun? He wasn't playing like other kids. By his teens, he was obsessed with books and strategy games like Go, a game so complex it's been used to train AI. That wasn't just a hobby. It shaped how he thought about systems, control, and competition. He crushed school, top of his class. Then he got into Peking University, China's equivalent of Harvard, where he majored in history. But while everyone else was studying the past, Sun was already obsessed with the future. He wasn't done. He jumped to the US, earning a master's in political economy at the University of Pennsylvania, studying how power, money, and technology intertwined. Then came his biggest flex yet, Jack Ma's elite Hupon University, an invite-only business school for China's top 30 entrepreneurs. He was its youngest student ever. His thesis? The birth of a decentralized internet. Not just a school paper, a manifesto. And it would become the blueprint for his empire. Did you know that even back then, Sun was already networking with billionaires and tech elites, pitching blockchain as the next internet when most people didn't even know what Bitcoin was? By 2013, he was in San Francisco working at Ripple Labs, helping build early crypto payment systems. But being an employee, that wasn't his style. He saw a window. Ethereum was exploding, Bitcoin was surging, and crypto's Wild West days were creating overnight fortunes. He wanted in big. Fast forward to 2017, Justin Sun launches TRON. Its pitch? Decentralize the web, kill middlemen, rival Ethereum. Would you believe that he raised $70 million in TRON's ICO in just a few days? But here's where it gets cinematic. China suddenly bans ICOs overnight. Regulators start cracking down. So what does Sun do? He accelerates the sale, cashes in $70 million, and flees to the US before the ban hits. Most would have been arrested. Sun turned it into a launchpad. By early 2018, TRON's price went parabolic, up 14,000%. His personal stash of TRX made him a billionaire at age 27. But this was just his opening move. Because while everyone else thought Justin Sun's fortune was tied to TRON, he was already plotting something bigger. A $500 million bet that shocked even Ethereum insiders. And here's the twist. While running TRON, the supposed Ethereum rival, Sun secretly became Ethereum's single biggest staker. $500 million in Ethereum? Locked. Why would Ethereum's enemy bankroll its future? Let's break down how Justin Sun's $500 million Ethereum stake flipped crypto on its head. 500 million Ethereum bet exposed. Here's where it gets wild. In February 2023, on-chain sleuths made a discovery that shook crypto Twitter. Justin Sun, Ethereum's largest individual staker. $500 million. 500 million ETH. locked, and earning yield. Through Lido Finance, he staked so much Ether that his wallets alone rival entire DeFi protocols. And here's the kicker. Justin Sun runs TRON, Ethereum's supposed rival. It's like finding out Pepsi's CEO secretly owns a controlling stake in Coke's bottling plants. For years, Sun positioned TRON as Ethereum's killer. But behind the scenes, he was literally helping secure Ethereum's network. But that's just the start of his digital treasure chest. TRX, his personal gold mine. Sun still controls billions of TRX tokens, TRON's native coin. At TRX's peak, his holdings alone were worth several $billion. Even today, analytics from Nansen show over 2 billion TRX linked directly to Sun's public wallets. Stablecoins. His war chest. Sun's wallets are stuffed with stablecoins. Over $200 million, the algorithmic stablecoin he launched on TRON, plus massive USDT tether positions. One jaw-dropper? In 2024, a Sun-linked wallet sent $787 million USDT to Binance in a single transaction, just to buy more Ethereum. Who does that? Sun isn't ignoring Bitcoin either. He parked 580 million Bitcoin with Valkyrie Investments, using professional custodians to hold it like an institutional whale. He's everywhere, yield farming in DeFi, holding wrapped staking assets like a ETH and STRX, NFT-linked tokens worth tens of millions, even his own Sun token because of course he named one after himself. When you tally it all up, his visible on-chain wealth swings between $3 billion and $5 billion. And that's just what we can see, because off-chain, he's got hidden wallets, equity stakes in exchanges like Huobi and Poloniex, and entire companies under his control. That's why Forbes now pegs his net worth at $8.5 billion. Almost all of it tied to crypto. Even after becoming Ethereum's largest staker, Sun didn't slow down. He went harder. That $787 million Ethereum purchase wasn't just an investment. It was a statement: I'm not here to play small. If you think staking $500 million Ethereum was bold, wait until you hear how this guy casually dropped $78 million on a single bronze sculpture, while running an empire that spans blockchains, exchanges, and even BitTorrent. The crypto empire, TRON, Huobi, BitTorrent. Justin Sun isn't just sitting on crypto bags. He built an empire, and every piece of it prints power. Let's start with TRON blockchain, his personal internet. TRON isn't just another blockchain. It claims over 300 million users and 10 billion plus transactions. It's the backbone for USDD, his algorithmic stablecoin, and one of the top networks for moving Tether, also known as USDT, the largest stablecoin in crypto. Here's what most people don't realize. If you've sent USDT in the last year, odds are it passed through TRON's rails. That means every transfer, every on-chain move, quietly strengthens Sun's grip on crypto infrastructure. Now let's talk about BitTorrent, aka BTT, the $140 million Trojan horse. In 2018, Sun pulled a move nobody saw coming. He bought BitTorrent. Yes, the legendary file-sharing network, for $140 million cash. BitTorrent was once a pirate's playground. Sun? He turned it into BTT token-powered crypto infrastructure. He didn't just buy a company, he acquired 100 million monthly users overnight. Now TRON runs the largest decentralized storage and distribution network in the world. The same pipes that moved movies illegally in the 2000s, they're now moving blockchain data. Next came Poloniex. Once a major US exchange, it was fading under regulation. In 2019, Sun swooped in. A consortium he led bought it, stripped out US users, and relaunched offshore. Now, it's his sandbox, a testing ground for tokens, listings, and liquidity experiments that don't face US scrutiny. Did you know that in 2022, Sun-backed entities quietly acquired Huobi, one of Asia's largest exchanges? Weeks later, it rebranded as HTX-Huobi plus TRX, as in Justin Sun's token. He never called himself CEO. Officially, he's just an advisor. But insiders call it what it is. Justin Sun runs Huobi. And with TRON handling stablecoins and Huobi running deep liquidity pools, Sun now controls both the rails and the trading floor. And then, he added politics to the mix. In late 2024, Justin Sun dropped $30 million into Donald Trump's new crypto venture, World Liberty Financial. Days later, the SEC quietly paused an active fraud case against Sun. Coincidence? Maybe. But consider the timing. A billionaire under investigation, suddenly cutting checks to a former president, and regulators suddenly hitting the brakes. Now Sun holds crypto's triple crown, a blockchain used by hundreds of millions, a top 10 exchange, moving billions daily, and political influence at the highest levels. Here's what that means. Justin Sun isn't just rich, he's entrenched. He built a self-reinforcing loop of power. Control the network, control the liquidity, control the narrative. If this kind of power stacking blows your mind, smash the like button right now. Because what you're about to see next is the part even crypto insiders can't believe. How Justin Sun burns his billions in ways that make Elon look modest. Luxury that defies logic. Forget beachfront mansions, forget private golf resorts. Justin Sun once tweeted, "I'd rather burn TRX than buy a house. We don't trust physical assets, only crypto." And he meant it. Instead of luxury real estate, Sun pours his fortune into headline-making, reality-bending stunts designed to keep him at the center of the conversation. In 2019, Sun outbid Wall Street titans for a $4.6 million charity lunch with Warren Buffett. Then came the twist. Days before, Sun abruptly postponed the lunch, citing health issues. Rumors exploded. Chinese authorities reportedly pressured him to lay low. Finally, in 2020, it happened. Sun flew Buffett to a steakhouse, brought crypto execs, even gifted him Bitcoin. Buffett? Still skeptical. But Sun, he got global headlines and a photo op with the world's most famous crypto critic. Then came the banana. At Art Basel 2024, Sun paid $6.2 million for Maurizio Catalan's infamous artwork. A single banana duct taped to a wall, and then he ate it on stage. The crowd gasped. Cameras flashed. Sun smirked. The real value isn't the banana, it's the idea. Next up is Alberto Giacometti's bronze masterpiece, Linné. Sun dropped $78.4 million, then displayed it at Art Basel Miami, right next to crypto installations, merging high art with blockchain spectacle. It wasn't about owning the sculpture, it was about owning the room. Do you know Picasso's Femme nu couchée au collier, whose price tag is $20 million? Sun added it to a collection that includes Andy Warhol portraits and KAWS originals, turning his portfolio into a crypto meets culture museum. And because it's Justin Sun, he didn't stop at fine art. $15 million for a Joker-themed Bored Ape NFT. $10.5 million for a T-Punk, basically a TRON-branded CryptoPunk clone. Critics mocked it. Sun, he called it community marketing. Translation: spend outrageous sums to pull attention back to TRON. In 2021, Sun won a $28 million Blue Origin seat to space. Scheduling conflict delayed it, but he still plans to fly. Even better, he's promised to invite hand-picked guests from around the globe to join him on a future mission. Because of course, Justin Sun doesn't just go to space, he curates his own crew. If you think banana art, $78 million sculptures, and space trips are peak absurdity, wait till you hear this. His next stunt? Becoming the prime minister of a self-declared micronation. Yes, really. And it's not just a title, it's a window into how Justin Sun plays the global power game. Wild titles and global play. At this point, Justin Sun isn't just a crypto mogul. He's turned politics into a side hustle. In late 2021, Sun dropped a bombshell on Twitter. He was stepping down as TRON's CEO. Why? To become Grenada's ambassador to the World Trade Organization. Yes, this crypto billionaire suddenly had a diplomatic passport, and the title, His Excellency Justin Sun. With that title came real perks: diplomatic immunity in many jurisdictions, access to WTO meetings, rubbing shoulders with global trade power players, a level of legitimacy few crypto execs could dream of. Was it about trade, or was it about protection? Many saw it as Sun's ultimate power move: turn himself from tech founder under scrutiny into an untouchable diplomat. Then came Liberland. In 2024, Sun took things further by accepting the ceremonial title of Prime Minister for the self-proclaimed libertarian micronation of Liberland. Population? A few hundred. Territory? A sliver of disputed land between Croatia and Serbia. But for Sun, it was perfect. He posed for photos with its self-styled president, raised its flag, and declared he'd help build its blockchain government. It wasn't just absurd, it was branding genius. In one move, Sun tied his name to the ultimate crypto fantasy: a nation without banks, borders, or rules. It's no wonder headlines call him the most untouchable man in crypto. But here's the twist. Even diplomatic titles couldn't stop the US SEC from coming for him. And how he slipped through their grip? That's where this story goes from flashy to downright dark. Lawsuits, settlements, and survival. In March 2023, the US SEC dropped a bombshell. Justin Sun was charged with fraud and unregistered securities sales. The accusations? Selling TRX and BTT like unregistered stocks, paying celebrities like Lindsay Lohan and Jake Paul to hype them, without disclosing it was paid promotion. This wasn't small. The SEC explicitly tied Sun to wash trading, manipulating token prices to fake market demand. For most CEOs, that's career-ending. But Sun? He didn't just survive, he outmaneuvered. Weeks later, Justin Sun poured $30 million into Donald Trump's new crypto project, World Liberty Financial, WLF. Almost overnight, Sun became WLF's biggest investor. He was named an official advisor. And then, the SEC quietly agreed to pause its case in early 2025 to explore settlement options. Coincidence? Or a masterclass in political insurance? Sun's playbook is simple. Spin controversy into leverage, turn lawsuits into networking opportunities, and walk out richer, more connected, and even more untouchable. By mid-2025, Sun wasn't hiding. He was making bold moves, attending Trump fundraisers, flashing a $100,000 Trump-branded watch, and hinting at his next frontier: AI, tokenized art museums, and even Mars colonies funded by TRON. The paradox of power. Sun's next move will shock the world. Justin Sun isn't just a billionaire. He's a walking paradox. $500 million Ethereum staker who runs Ethereum's rival. Banana-eating art buyer who controls $8 billion in crypto. Ambassador, exchange mogul, and soon-to-be space tourist, all before 35. And his next move? He says it will merge AI, crypto, and politics in a way the world has never seen. Power, speed, spectacle. Justin Sun isn't just playing crypto, he's rewriting the game. Next up, let's go inside the $30 million Trump token deal, Sun's most controversial bet yet.